Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Right now, the crowd is serenading Seth freaking Rollins. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of GOW, the Generation Wrestling Podcast. It's always yours truly, the 29-year-old piece of gold, the franchise, aka the showstopper, better known as the GOW's resident tribal chief. And with me, as always, I got my tag team partner, my brother, my family. He is the flyest in the room, Mr. 1, 2, 3. Pin that ass down, K Breezy, aka EC's resident Isaac Hayes, King 2 Gold in the building. Bro, what's good?
Man, the first Monday night Raw after the draft. Rosters are set. We got everybody, where they properly need to be. The only thing we don't have is the proper women's championships. But we can talk about that another day at another time. But right now, man, it's Monday night, man. It's the block party, man. You know what it is, man. It's Monday Night Raw. We got to do what we got to do, man. What's good with you?
Hey, man, everything is everything. All right, so look, man, tonight started off the tournament for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship coronation. On the Raw side of things, man, we got two matches going down. We had two matches going down. Now we're in the main event on the Raw side. We got a rematch of the first ever Universal Championship match between Seth freaking Rollins and that boy Finn 14 Staples Balor. All right, man, but before we talk about that, bro, let's hurry up and talk about some of the things that happened tonight. So we had Cody Rhodes came out, cut a promo on Brock Lesnar. First match of the night, we had Damian Priest versus Seth Rollins and Shinsuke Nakamura in a triple threat, man. In match 1 of 2, bro, Seth freaking Rollins ended up picking up the victory in this match. I thought it was a pretty good match. What are your thoughts on the first triple threat match of the night, my boy?
Nah, it was pretty good. I thought it was a pretty good match, man. Good way to set up the tournament. I didn't realize they were doing triple threat matches. I thought they were doing one-on-one matches. But the triple threat match is actually a little bit different. And
yeah,
it was different. I liked it.
All right, then after that, man, so we had a segment with Imperium and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn backstage. Long story short, man, we got a challenge for a match later on in the night. Then we had Ali versus Otis. Ali picked up the victory. Then we got match 2 of the World Heavyweight Championship qualifier tournament, man. We got Miz versus Cody Rhodes versus Finn Balor. That boy Cody Rhodes hit Miz with 3 crossroads. Looked like he was going to pick up the victory. Then that boy Cowboy Brock came out and F5 Cody on the outside. Finn 14 Staples hit that boy Miz with a coup de grace. Miz ended up taking a pinfall victory. Finn Balor ended up winning. Brock Lesnar, I did not realize he was as beat up as he was. Grabbed the camera, grabbed Cody, and said, Cody, what do you want to talk about? And long story short, that boy Brock says, I want to talk about a fight. Later on in the night, not too long ago, we got that boy backstage, Cody Rhodes, saying, hey, man, look, I don't feel good, but you know what, Brock? I accept. Night of Champions, Brock Lesnar, the Beast incarnate, Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, going at it mano a mano, bro. 1, what did you think of the match? 2, it's official like a referee whistle, man. Cody will not be, for the time being, your new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Talk to the folks.
I mean, and the second match wasn't as good, but Brock coming out, I kind of expected that because, I mean, he got split. I didn't think he was just going to let that go. I mean, he did exactly what I thought he would do. What's going on, Jason, man?
What up, Jay?
He didn't let that go. He showed up. He cost Cody again, another title shot again. Or at least he's delaying him. But he definitely cost him a title shot this time. And I'm fine with that, man. So, it was what it was, man. Brock came out, did what I thought he would do. And Cody, boy, Cody took that F5 on the outside.
He ate that one. You know what's crazy? I knew Brock Lesnar had the stitches, right? They said my boy got busted open the hard way, which he did. I didn't realize though his face was. Hey man, I knew when I seen his face when they showed him a close up on that camera like that. I'm like, oh yeah, that boy Cody got some receipts coming. He got some receipts coming because Brock, he took more than the cut. Like Brock got his ass beat, and a guy like that ain't about to let that go on, man. As we got Jason in the building. Jay, my God, what's happening? Yes, sir. All right, man. So we get a women's match. We get Rhea Ripley, man. You were WWE. Well, technically she's the SmackDown Women's Champion, but. They gonna change that. She's gonna be the Raw Women's Champion versus Dana Brooke, man. Ended up whooping her ass, but then we got Natalya. She made her return, so that was cool. We got a segment hyping the brand new NXT draft pick call-ups. We got Zoe Stark challenging our girl Insane in the Membrane, Nikki Cross. Next match, man, we got Imperium versus Zayn and Owens. Zayn and Owens ended up picking up the victory. Bro, any thoughts on that match?
It was basic tag team match, nothing crazy.
All right, man. So after that, so we get DeVille and Green backstage petitioning. They're gonna end up fighting. Gonzalez and what's her damn name, Liv Morgan, for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. Then next match we end up getting Zoe Stark versus Nikki Cross. Zoe Stark, man, first match on the main roster, picked up the victory over Cross. Then we ended up getting Xavier Woods versus Dominic Mysterio. Dom ended up picking up the victory with some help from Money. But bro, I want to talk to you about Trish Stratus, man. I was not feeling her segment. I was not feeling her promo.
Not at all.
I was not feeling her promo. Dude, okay, let's talk about it. What do you want to talk about? I want to talk about Trish Stratus. Dude, I don't know. Is it me or does she just seem emotionless on the mic? Like, I thought I felt this way like last week or 2 weeks ago whenever she was on the mic, but today it just felt so forced. Like, I don't know, man. It felt very cringe to listen. And I just felt like, man, Trish could do better. I felt like this didn't live up to the standards of a Trish Stratus.
They could have just wrote that better. Her first promo when she first came out, that was cool. You know, there was nothing wrong with that one. But this one, they could have wrote that better. They could have presented it better. She didn't have to seem like the ditzy, villain. But I get it. She wanted the big comeback. I mean, it's a classic. It's a classic 1-2 dance between the face and the heel. It's no different. But that was something the Miz does, and that they could have wrote that better. I felt that was just terrible, and honestly, it doesn't really seem all that important no more. I mean, even though we'll still watch the match because it's Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus, and this is the other match that I think will happen at Night of Champions. I think this match will happen there.
Oh yeah.
It just, I don't know, man. The first time when she came out, she had the hat on and the jacket. Man, she was talking that talk. It was cool.
Yeah.
At this time, it's lacking something. It lacks something, and I feel like they didn't write that well. They could have wrote that better. That's just me.
And to me, it sounded like a certain parts of this. I don't know, man. It felt like maybe that segment wasn't supposed to go as long as it did. Because after a while, it kind of felt like she was just kind of stalling for time until Becky came out. I was like, and then you could tell Becky was about to say something, and then they hear her music, and then she kind of looked like, oh, okay, and that was that. So I was like, all right, what the hell going on? Whatever. So I mean, that's that. Like
that could have been a Vince rewrite. Who knows, man? Who knows?
Well, yeah. So I mean, we had that, and then we got the Miz and Shinsuke man backstage. Man, the Miz, pretty much is trying to align himself with Shinsuke. Shinsuke clearly didn't get the message, or he just didn't give a damn. As he says, "Hey man, screw all that. Hey, next week, man, me and you, 1-on-1, mano y mano." So we got that. And then, now we are in the main event, man. We got that boy Seth freaking Rollins versus the Demon himself, the Prince Finn Balor, as they're going to fight and see who's going to face the winner of the SmackDown side of the WWE World Heavyweight Championship qualifier tournament.
No, man, so far, like I said, man, not a bad tournament. The matches, obviously this is what we expect from these two. Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, they coming out, fists are going, legs are, feet are kicking, they're flying in the air, they're brutally beating the hell out of each other. Seth holding his ribs from earlier in the night. Finn right now, man, he's trying to keep his face from getting more staples. They're going back and forth right now, man. It's almost kind of remnants of their first match for the Universal Championship at SummerSlam. Of course, the roles are reversed for both people, but still good quality match stuff.
You know what? And I got two more thoughts, man. One, I was in such a rush to get through the card so we can have a little time to talk about this main event here. Is Finn Balor's bleeding from the mouth. I forgot to mention, man, the way is back, reunited, back on the main roster. So I'm curious to see what Triple H and them do with this on the main roster, because it's like Gargano really ain't been doing much. LeRae really ain't been doing much. You got Indy called up, but I mean, she really didn't do a whole lot in her last run of NXT. I think that was the most random call up. And they kind of teased maybe either Ciampa or, actually, so it's funny because a lot of people he was teasing that Theory's coming back, but Theory's on SmackDown. So I'm assuming they were teasing Ciampa, but we'll see. And then my second thought is this WWE World Heavyweight Championship. They keep showing shots of it up close. I still don't like the two-tone, but other than the WWE logo, which me you didn't discuss 1,000 times, overall, I really do like the belt.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And they beating the hell out. These two dudes is beating the hell out of each other, dude. I don't really care. I didn't see the way segment, and honestly, I don't really care for it. If you're gonna bring back Ciampa and him and Gargano go back to a DIY kind of thing, then okay,
Man,
cool.
yeah.
That'd be kind of cool. But honestly, I don't care for the way. That's just gonna be a new comedy gimmick.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't really see nothing else crazy happening to that. Uh-oh, superplex from the top rope. Uh-oh, superplex from the top rope. Seth Rollins delivering that superplex. Up, flipped him over. Up, is he gonna give it to him? Falcon Arrow? Nope. Finn with the reversal. He going with the 1916. But one, we got the two. Oh no. I'm sorry, the uno and the dos. You know what I'm saying? No more ones and twos. We're going uno dos tres from now on.
Yeah, we switching up the language of the pinfalls, ladies and gentlemen. Puerto Rico got
Right.
us spoiled.
Oh man, but I don't really expect too much from the for the waist stuff. But if Gargano is I mean, if Ciampa is coming back and they're gonna let him and Gargano do a tag team, cool. Uh, if he comes back and they decide they want to fight each other again, cool. I'm not mad at that. I don't really care for a comedy gimmick,
Yeah.
honestly.
Let me ask you, man. Okay, so it's only been one night, obviously, since the draft, and the
Mm-hmm.
night still ain't over. Technically, we still got into the end of this match. But
Mm-hmm.
does from what you see, and I know it's a little early, it's WWE, things always change. Do you see promise of WWE moving forward the rest of the year post draft? With what you've seen so far, I know we ain't had time to get an in-depth assessment, but if you had to go based off of what you've seen tonight, presentation-wise, importance and emphasis on certain storylines and matches, and just how overall Raw's been presented today, moving forward, assuming the same happens on Friday with SmackDown, do you think, man, the draft is in good hands, or do you still got to see a little more?
I mean, well, honestly, as far as quality, I'm still seeing the same thing that Triple H has been presenting. So there's
Mm-hmm.
nothing different as far as quality and what he's presenting, as far as matches and segments and none of that stuff. So none of that is different. Different people on different shows, different interactions. That's not really the only difference. But as far as right now, I mean, we'll see how they. I have faith in what Triple H is doing, so we're still on the year for him. So honestly, the draft is really it's just going to amplify whether or not what his year ends up being when he gets to SummerSlam.
Right.
Like, which I feel like by that time, it will be more than in capable good hands moving forward. As long as he's the guy that's running the ship. If he's the guy that's pushing the talent, just he's behind the creative. He's the new voice behind what we're seeing on TV. As Finn just went for the curve stomp on I'm sorry, Seth went on the curve stomp on Finn to Trace, baby, we got the victory. Seth Rollins, Seth freaking Rollins is waiting for the winner of the SmackDown tournament to go
Yes,
on to
sir. Yes,
become the new
sir.
World Heavyweight Championship. But as of right now, hey, Triple H is still on. It's still within the Triple H time frame. He got to make the draft the way it is. It's still a couple of nights, but right now, hey, they're building up. Night of Champions looking pretty promising. For right now, and it's just the night after a pay per view. So, yeah, man,
It's
still give them time, but so far not bad.
And speaking of the night after the pay-per-view, man, the fans online have been petitioning to make Backlash uh, a yearly Puerto Rico event, man. As the WWE Backlash, they've set records for everything, records for attendance, record for gate, records for social media draw, everything, man. So everybody, the sports world has been buzzing about WWE Backlash and WWE in Puerto Rico in general. Speaking of WWE continuing the fray of having PLEs, premium live events, pay-per-views, whatever you want to call them, outside of the States. It's been rumored that they've been talking to officials in Australia to bring something in over there. So we'll see how that goes. So, hey, bro, hey, look, it looked like in this new Triple H regime, man, you know, it looked like we might be getting more and more elaborate events. And like you said, man, you know, it's still early, but Triple H, man, hey, I think his first year, if I had to gauge his first year today, if they were like, hey, man, Triple H is done today, I think, man, Triple H has done a lot in a year's time when you look at all the damage WWE's taken over the last 10 to 15 years and just, you know, fan perception, if that makes sense.
Well, as far as the going to places they haven't been for a while, they've always been international. So you know, it's just about them, you know, finding the right time, especially now after COVID, you know, the pandemic and everything, because that really changed, shift up a lot of things. Yeah, Saudi Arabia was allowing things to happen, but certain other countries still wasn't allowing too much outside, you know, outside their country to come in and do stuff. So it took a minute, but also scheduling and you know and everything else that's going on. But no, I'm not mad about them going to Australia. They were there recently, a couple of years ago, a few years ago actually. We saw Buddy Matthews, aka Buddy Murphy at the time. He won the cruiserweight championship in his hometown. So no, it's not like they haven't been there. You know, but of course the pandemic slowed things down. And now they're getting their foothold. Everyone's kind of really traveling is really getting back into his foothold of just moving again. So, you know, and obviously WWE always wants to go international. They want to go everywhere. They want to go anywhere and everywhere that people will not always get an opportunity. And, you know, look, they're going to London for Money in the Bank. They ain't been there in a while. If they can get a deal with Australia, cool. That'll be sweet. But when they show up in Japan, I'll say something. WWE can go over to Russia. All right, yeah. I mean, hey, you want to go to Iceland or whatever. You want to go to Africa. All right, let me see WWE down there in Africa with Zimbabwe down there.
I was saying, we ain't talking South Africa. We talking about real
Africa. But it'll be South Africa. All right, let's be real. It'll be South Africa that it'll go to. But again, you know. You have
you don't want to see you don't want to see WrestleMania in the jungle.
What Roman Reigns versus the King of the Jungle, the Lion,
for
the Universal Championship. That's what the match gonna be. It's gonna be the tribal chief versus the chief of the jungle, the King of the Jungle.
Hey, you know, ignorant minds think that anything outside of South Africa is nothing but forests and tigers and fuck. Anyway,
anybody that watches National Geographic know it's way more than that.
You know what it is.
Yeah, but no, I'm good with them. You know, it's cool. They're getting to go to They're getting to go to places they haven't been in such a long time, and then they're getting to try to go to places they haven't never been at all. So
absolutely,
no, man. But that's what the conglomerate is supposed to do. I mean, that's what they are. Okay. We understand what AEW is trying to do in Wimbledon, but that's they're not a conglomerate. They're not what WWE is, and WWE's had well over 30, 40 years in this business, especially for the last 30 years of what Vince McMahon has made this company into. So no, I'm excited. I'm excited to see if they can get it done, and I'm not worried. I mean, like I said, as long as Triple H is doing what he's doing, as long as they're presenting the talent the way that they're presenting the talent, and not as a joke, but as real, legit talent, then, hey, man, sky's the limit, man. Sky's the limit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Speaking of sky's the limit, happy birthday to EO. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Did Jeans hit the sky? Oh, man, I didn't know it was her birthday.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Lucky number 33. Bro, before we get out of here, man, any final thoughts for the people? My guy.
No, man. We had fun this past weekend with y'all kicking with the people. Haven't had a chance to go back and watch it yet, but always have fun kicking it with the people, man. Hanging out. It's Monday. Like I said, the first night of the draft. Not bad. They definitely pushed some things forward as far as for Night of Champions. They didn't waste no time with it. They got straight to the fact. We know that Seth Rollins is one the Raw side. It will be Seth Rollins. vying for the new World Heavyweight Championship. A lot of people figure Seth is going to win it anyway. Now we just got to wait till Friday. We got to wait till Friday to see who's going to show up. I don't know. I'm going to talk to my guy. I'm going to see how he feels. We may do a whole 2 hours. We may not. I don't know. Got to see how he feels. But we're definitely going to check out Friday night, see that tournament, and see who's the winner of that, to see who's going to go on to face Seth Rollins to become the new World Heavyweight Championship. And then, of course, we get to hear from the Tribal Chief. He's going to show up after a month off. Hey, the guy's been off since WrestleMania.
Yes, sir.
You know, it is what it is. And then, of course, man, you know, we got the Wednesday Night Dynamite. You know what I'm saying? You know, you can't forget that. And then Thursday, of course, man, we're going to do our rival series again. We got to talk about Stone Cold and The Rock. But other than that, man, it's going to be a light week. You know, we're going to get ready for now Night of Champions and Double or Nothing all in the same weekend. So we'll prepare for that. But until then, man, we're gonna enjoy the week, man, and take it easy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of GOW. As always, man, as you are truly the 29-year-old piece of gold of franchise. He is your king, Too Cold. We will see y'all when we see you. Peace.